Good morning, girlfriends. It is Dr. Crystal Cunningham, and welcome to another installment of Girlfriend Chronicles, where we come on here to share all things natural hair care, to help you get to a place where you can feel beautiful, be confident, and make natural hair care easy. Now, one of the things I've learned on this natural journey is that a lot of us share common struggles, common stories, common situations, and so my goal with Girlfriend Chronicles is really to get you to a place where we normalize that struggle, and then we find simple strategies that will help us make natural hair care easy. And I am super excited because I already see that my special guest is here. And so I'm going to bring her up because I really want to get into this conversation, and because she did me a solid by coming on her vacation. I have sent you the invite to hop on in, and as soon as she gets it, we will get into this conversation. Now, girlfriends, as always, if you have questions, make sure that you drop those questions. There is the little question icon down there. You can throw your questions in there so that I don't miss any of them. I'm going to stop rambling because I see she has hopped on from her destination. So, and
Hey.
because I love the way everyone introduces themselves, I'm going to allow you to take this time to introduce yourself and tell us who you are and what you do, and then tell us what you love about your natural hair.
All right. So I'm attorney Crystal, or Crystal for short. I am a business and IP attorney. I own 11 law firm. 11 is a mashup of two words, elevating entrepreneurs, because that is what we strive to do every day by providing access to our clients to quality legal services that are practical and predictable. So that's me.
All right, now tell us what you love about your natural hair.
Oh, what I love about my natural hair is it actually is trainable. So whatever it is that I want to do with it, which changes often. Like I remember when they put out on social media the DMX challenge, and it was like I contemplated doing it for like, because I was like, oh, I have all of these. I have a lot of styles, but my hair it's good to me. It's trainable. If when I blow dry it, it's gonna go immediately straight without too much stress. I have been coloring it for years, and it has stood beside me this whole time and put up with my shenanigans. So my hair is good to me.
Okay. And that's actually really good, because one thing I tell people is if you love your hair, it will love you back. And some of
Yes.
us, though, need to make sure that we take the appropriate steps to, one, first better understand our hair. Now, Attorney Crystal loves her hair because it is trainable, because she understands her hair and she knows some things about her hair that helped her to come to that assumption, that helped her to come to that conclusion. And so as we continue on this journey, it's always very, very important, girlfriends, to remember that the foundation for building a love relationship with your natural hair is to get to a place where you better
Mm-hmm.
understand it. She knows what her hair can take. She knows what her hair cannot take. And she
Yes.
knows how to love her hair through the process of all of that. So, girlfriends, always remember to love your hair and it will love you back.
That's
And
true.
so, one of the reasons that I called you on here, I asked you to join us, besides the fact that you are fabulous,
Thank you.
but one of the reasons that I wanted to reach out to you is because I know we have a lot of girlfriends that, you know what? Before I get into that, why don't you tell me a little bit about your natural journey? How did you arrive at being
Ooh.
natural, and how has that journey been for you? Because we want to keep it all the way real for our girlfriends.
Yeah, so let's talk about the fact that when I was younger, I've always had a lot of hair,
Mm-hmm.
and very thick hair and very curly hair. And my mom, when I was younger, she kept my hair natural. And I very specifically remember my first like traumatic moment with a perm. We were in South Carolina visiting my family. I'm a Pisces through and through. I love to swim. We went to Myrtle Beach, and I don't know what happened. Like, my hair just would not cooperate after I got in the water. And my aunt and some of my cousins convinced my mom to give me a perm. And I remember sitting on the bathroom floor. They had two kitty perms, and I was just like mortified by it. And I think that always stuck with me. So I was never really partial to the perm. Like I was very cognizant that over the years I would get a perm and it seemed like my hair was limp and that it would like be thin. And one time I think even like I had hair loss from a perm and I had to get it cut. So as soon as I was in a position to be like, you know what, I really want to go back natural. I really don't want a perm. And so I did it once because I cut my hair. I am the person that will cut my hair all the way off. I have no problem with big chops. But I literally was like hot one summer. I was like working at a camp in college and I went to my hairdresser and I was like, cut it all off. And she cut it all off. And she was like, okay, let's do a texturizer. Let's like ease you out of this. And so I did that and I had it for a while and I started to grow it back. And then I said, I really want to cut it all off and not do a perm. So in 2004, before I went to law school, cut it all off, no perm. And I've been going strong ever since. And I have cut my hair along the way and have worn it short without a perm and had like straight styles, soft finger waves. I've done it all, but I've done it all without a perm since 2004.
Very good. So I think one of the things that I'll point out, a couple of things that I'll point out, and some of the things you said. One, you were fixed in your mind about what you wanted to do for your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You were confident enough to do it. So, girlfriends, how many of us are able to make a firm decision about something as important as our appearance and stand firm in it? That is a kudos to you, because I know for a lot of us it is hard, especially in 2023, navigating this natural journey, especially as little as 10 years ago, or even you from youth, navigating that
2004.
natural journey. So from 2004,
There
getting
was
to a place
nothing.
where you were.
There wasn't anything. Like I remember, it was like Carol's daughter had just launched at Macy's. I think Mixed Chicks. It was like a few, and like you had to order everything.
Yes.
Everything had to be ordered. So yeah, it's come a long way.
Yes. So natural hair care has come a long way. There
Mm-hmm.
are a lot more people. There's a lot more information. Always be careful, girlfriends, because not all of it is factual and not all of it is helpful.
Ask Dr. Crystal. She will tell you. I stay in her DMs asking her
Yes.
questions about
Yes.
stuff. Like, is this good? Is this going to do what I need it to do? Ask like, get you Dr. Crystal.
Yes.
Whatever she has, whatever she's offering, give it to her.
Listen.
Get it from her because she's going to get you all the way together.
Yes. And because I have spent hours, years, endless amounts of time actually getting to a place, one, where I could be more comfortable and confident on my natural journey, but then making sure that I had the information, the skills, the tools, everything you needed to help you also feel comfortable and be confident on your natural journey. That is a main part of why I'm here. That is a main part of what I do. I want all of my girlfriends to get to the level of boldness, to get to the level of confidence, to get to the level of contentment that you see me and attorney Crystal have reached. And the truth is, it really is quite simple. But it starts with you being better able to understand your hair, but then it also takes some bold steps, some courageous moves, some being comfortable and confident with yourself first, before you can be comfortable and confident with presenting yourself out to the world. Because this is actually something that, in all cases, is actually very vulnerable, because you're sharing a very important part of yourself with other people, and they have the ability to say, we don't like that.
Yeah.
And
I
so
want to
then,
say with that, before you move on, that a part of that for me being so confident is I don't have like hair envy. Like I see other people and I'm like, oh, like I have some cousins and I realize my curl pattern is tighter than theirs. So they have like the big voluminous hair. But I'm like, that's not my hair. My hair is curly. I actually like my curls.
yes,
And so just I had to train myself in that mindset, because a lot of times we'll see pictures of, beautiful natural hair. I'm like, why is my hair not doing it? And once you become comfortable in what your hair does and what it can do for you, and not really holding on to, oh, I really want my hair to look like that, because I feel like that's where you have that love-hate
Mm-hmm.
relationship instead of the love-love
Love, love.
relationship, because you're looking at somebody else and you're like, I want my hair to look like that. Like, figure out what you want your hair to do for you within the balance of what your hair will do for you. And that creates the love-love relationship with your
And
natural
that
hair.
is so true. And now one of the things, because I have two sisters, both of them always had thicker, fuller hair than I did.
Mm-hmm.
My oldest sister went natural first. When I first saw her hair, I was like, my hair is never going to look like that. And so I was hesitant to do a big chop. I was hesitant to go natural. The truth is, my hair will never look like hers.
Right.
But I have gotten to the place now where I understand, accept, and
Mm-hmm.
appreciate my hair for how it is. I
Yep.
understand, accept, and appreciate the fact that my hair is beautiful. And I
Mm-hmm.
understand, accept, and appreciate the fact that when I care for my hair appropriately, when I stop comparing my hair to other people, when I stop setting a standard that was not even achievable for my hair, I was
Mm-hmm.
able to be more comfortable and confident on this journey. I was able to appropriately care for my hair and reach my goals faster. And I was ultimately able to make natural hair care easy. And so my encouragement
Yep.
and admonishment to all of my curl friends is get good with appreciating the hair that grows out of your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Get good with understanding the hair that grows out of your head,
Yep.
and get good with taking the intentional steps to care for, nurture, and cultivate the environment that allows the hair that grows out of your head to thrive. I promise you, it
Mm-hmm.
changes the game. If you want to know what the secret is, girlfriends, that's the secret.
Yep.
It changes the game for your natural hair journey when you are equipped with knowledge, when you move with intention, and when you let go of comparison,
Yes.
and you get comfortable with your hair. It makes everything better. Nobody says your hair
Mm-hmm.
has to be perfect. Nobody says you have to even know how to do it straight out the gate. But when we invest that time, we invest that energy, when we invest that intention into getting to a place where we are actually appreciative of what's growing out of our head, it ultimately makes natural hair care
Yep.
easy. And
Mm-hmm.
so, since we are kind of on this road already, you are an attorney. You have been an attorney
Yes.
for a while now,
Long
and you
time.
have been natural throughout this
Mm-hmm.
journey as an attorney. So tell me more about navigating the professional space with your natural hair, because I do know I am a pharmacist. I worked in a clinical setting, very
Yeah.
professional, a lot of physicians. Um, and so sometimes there's stigma around
Mm-hmm.
women with natural hair. Sometimes there's stigma around our level of education, what kind of
Mm-hmm.
attitudes we may have, what kind of people we might be when it
Yep.
comes to professional spaces and places. And so I want you to tell me more about how you navigated your professional arena, because you didn't always work for yourself, right?
I
So,
didn't always work for myself. No.
so how you navigated that professional arena as a woman with natural hair, and what pressures you might have faced as you went through that process.
So I decided early on, and this is a part of the confidence that I have in my hair, but just in the confidence that I have in me. But I decided early on I was going to be unapologetic about my hair. Like, if you made judgments about me and my capabilities professionally
Mm-hmm.
because of the texture of my hair, the way that I wore my hair, and especially for me, the color of my hair, because very much so blonde, and I'm usually blonde or a very high or light color
Mm-hmm.
of brown. So I just decided like I was going to be unapologetic. And I like, if that was what you were basing your opinion on me on, I was definitely going to prove you wrong in other
Mm-hmm.
ways. Um, and because I think I felt confident in it, unapologetic in it, everybody else they didn't have a choice but to kind of like get on board.
Right.
I remember very specifically when I got sworn in for the bar, I had blonde hair. I had a blonde bob with bangs, very much so bright blonde. I remember it, and I didn't care. And I was like, I am smart. I am here. Like, you see me in this room, so you can't ignore that part of it, right? You can't ignore the fact that I have my law degree. Can't avoid the fact that I am a licensed attorney. And then when you see me on the other side, I actually, for me, it's fun because it's like you're going to make these assumptions about me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to position you on the other side of me to take me for granted or to automatically assume, oh, I don't have to worry about her. And then when I come out the gate swinging, you're like, wait, wait, wait. And so for me, it's a lesson in that for other people. And I know that they learn that lesson, right? I know, there are probably some people that see me and they're like, oh, we don't have to worry about her. And then when I show up as attorney Crystal, they learn very quickly that my hair doesn't tell you anything about me other than I am confident in who I am. And you can see right now, like I have vacation hair because I knew I wanted to get in the water. I'm in a tropical setting. So I was like, okay, we're gonna put a little bit of braids in the front, and I have a sew in the back. That's curly. So yeah, and this will probably be my hair for a while, so you'll continue to see it. Most people see me in like a blonde ponytail or braided ponytail or a blonde bob or something like that. But that's my signature, and I think it's also important for us not to make assumptions about people.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually like a reason why I choose to go high blonde. It looks great on me. I could color my hair any color. I
Mm-hmm.
love color, but I've had gray hair since I was 10. And even more so, they have come up. In my genetics, we gray early. I am not ready to be gray. And the one color that I don't have to put on as much so that it's not so harsh on my hair, so I'm not getting color so frequently,
Mm-hmm.
is the bright blonde. And it actually looks good on me. So it's a whole reason behind it. But even if it wasn't a reason, it's my choice. And that's, I think, the most important thing. I see someone say, like, it's an extension of your personality.
Right.
To know me is to know I'm the attorney who says, you're going to get these long nails. You're going to get this blonde hair. I'm going to give you pop culture references. I'm going to be unapologetically me. That does not take away from what I bring to the table professionally. And I stand unapologetically in that. And that forces everybody else to get on board.
Listen, and she definitely is that. She forces everybody else to get on board, but she also encourages the people that are watching her to reevaluate the way that they've been presenting themselves, especially if they feel
Mm-hmm.
like there's a part of them that they haven't been able to share authentically, a part of them that they haven't been able to introduce into whatever setting they are in
Mm-hmm.
100%. And so I do appreciate that about her because she encourages everyone around her to shine a little bit brighter. And
Mm-hmm.
as Jazzy pointed out, it is about being unapologetic. This is me. You're gonna get this. You're gonna get this natural hair. You might get this slick pony. You might get a 31-inch beat that bust down. If that's how I choose to show up that day, you might get all of that. But it does not take away from the dopeness that is me,
Yep.
the dopeness that is her, the dopeness that is any of you that are watching this live right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things that we have to get comfortable with. That's one of the things that we have to stand firm
Yeah.
in. Everybody has opinions, but nobody says that someone's opinion about you has to be your truth. And so,
Nope.
or the truth. A lot of times it's wrong. I'm not unintelligent. I'm not incapable of doing anything. I
Mm-hmm.
have a doctorate. I got the receipts
Period.
to show I know what I'm talking about. So, like, I think we should grant ourselves the grace to step in the fullness and
Absolutely.
beauty of who we are when it comes to us as people, when it comes to us with our hair, when it comes to us in every aspect of our lives. And when we're able to do that, it alleviates a significant amount of stress and pressure that makes anything else that we try to achieve that much easier. Will there be work? Always. Will there be challenges? Definitely. Nothing necessarily comes super easy or resistance free in life.
Oh.
But if we commit to it and we're dedicated, then and we're consistent, then ultimately we're going to reach whatever goal that we're trying to set. And so I do
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that you said that because I think, especially on this natural journey, especially navigating
Yeah.
professional spaces, it is hard sometimes to stand firm, 10 toes down with that
Mm-hmm.
resolve. And I remember I was talking to someone about my business, and we were just navigating different ways to do things for my business. And I told them that it had taken me until maybe 2 years ago to change the profile picture on my LinkedIn profile when I was actively looking for jobs. So it might have been more than 2 years because I've owned this business for a while now. But I was actively looking for jobs and I kept the picture that had non-natural hair because I didn't want people to pass me up for a job because I did not have a straight, super professional, pent up, button together look. But then I realized that one, I am all those things regardless of my hair, but that if I had to hide myself from people in order to get a job, then what was the point of me going there? I mean,
Right.
making money, maybe, but if I'm going to feel stifled, the longevity of me in that space isn't going to be anything really. And so I had to make the intentional decision. If you want the brains, if you want the brilliance, if you want the skill, the ability, and the achievement, then you're going to get this natural hair too. And you're going to get all of me. And so
total package.
it is the total package. And so that was very freeing for me, but then it also allowed me to reevaluate the way I just stepped into any space and place, and then making sure that I am myself. I don't hide me from anybody. That's why sometimes when I'm on here, I have no makeup. Sometimes when I'm on here, I do have makeup. Y'all see me in my bonnet. Y'all see me in my scarf. Y'all see me in my pajama top. Y'all see me looking real good too. And so you will get all of these things because it is important, especially on our natural journeys, that we lean into being our authentic selves, that we give ourselves the grace to affirm that our hair is beautiful, to acknowledge that our hair is beautiful, and that we take that boldness and that courage and apply that to this journey so that we don't get in a place where we are stuck comparing our hair to other people, where we are stuck trying to create things that don't even align with the characteristics of our hair, that we are stuck judging our hair by somebody's best, by somebody's best YouTube video or best Instagram reel, because ladies and gentlemen, that is not reality. It is not. Sometimes we all look crazy. And so I think we need to release this idea that perfection is a thing that we need to always be obtaining, or that perfection is a thing that we're even going to see on this side of glory. So I would, we can get
I
close.
love that.
Maybe, but like perfection is for God. And the last time I checked, we ain't have no wings. We ain't seated at the right hand just yet. So we need to release that and then give ourselves the grace to grow, to evolve, to do better, to be better, and to love ourselves and our hair through the process.
Yeah.
So
I think that for sure. And for me, I come on camera a lot. So if you follow me, I'm constantly posting videos. They may be impromptu, they may be planned content or things like that. So for me, it's not that my hair has to, I give myself grace, right? My hair doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to look like what it's going to look like for that day. And I am not a person, I know there are some people who are like, oh no, my hair is not perfect. So I'm not going to go in front of camera. I'm not going to, post anything today. No, you're going to see what my hair looks like. Whether whatever I'm walking around with that day is good enough for social. And so I think working on embracing that for people who, are in a professional space, going into work, or if you're a person who creates content for your job or as a part of whatever you do, like getting to that comfortable point where you're like, I just need to look presentable. There are days where I just flick my hair back in a bun. And it's like, okay, well, if we're not having a day where I want to put heat on my hair, I'm not going to put heat on my hair just so I can come on camera. I'm going to pull it back. I'm going to say what I have to say and move on. But guess what? What you received from that video had nothing to do with my hair. It had everything to do with what I said and what I presented to you. So that, I think, is so key. It's like my hair is not doing what I do for you professionally. It's my brain. So you have to get on from that. And just, like I said, be unapologetic about it, and everybody else will for sure follow suit.
Everybody else will for sure follow suit, because people only have the power that we allow them to have over us, over our identities, over what we appreciate. And so if you let people dictate how comfortable you are, if you let people dictate what is appropriate and what is not appropriate, and I know when you're at work, some things you just probably can't do, and that makes sense because it is a professional setting, but that should not extend to you can't be natural. Like that
Mhm.
should not extend to you should be ashamed of the hair that grows out of your head. And so if you give people sorry, I got something. If you give people the ability to set that standard and put that limitation on your life, they're gonna take it. Give a person an inch, they
They
will
sure
definitely
are.
take a mile. And
And you
so
know
I
what?
would
I feel like in the conservative settings that I worked in, because I worked for the government for a
mm-hmm.
while, people were actually more intrigued. It was like me stopping people from touching my hair and doing, because I changed my hair a lot. It was that. It was
Yes.
like, don't get beside
Yeah,
yourself and
please
start
don't.
touching my
Let's
hair.
not.
Don't, like, you can ask me questions, you can compliment me. Don't get beside yourself because you're fascinated that yesterday my hair looked one way and then I came in with a completely different style
Yeah.
the next day. So I feel like that was probably more so my
Mm-hmm.
experience with people being a little bit too intrigued by the changes and the transformations of my hair.
I would say that. And then sometimes people acting like because my hair was different, they didn't realize that it was me. No, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still the same. It's still me. I'm still the same person. Don't
It's me.
like don't act like don't act like I'm different just because my hair is different. My face did not change. I didn't get plastic surgery.
It's
I
like, wait,
literally
what
just
happened?
changed my hair. Yeah. So no, but that is definitely a good point. Sometimes people are intrigued,
I see
which
someone in the comments. It's like, can I touch it? No, you cannot.
you cannot.
No,
That's what I
you
was gonna say,
cannot.
which requires us to put in boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm stepping into this space and place where I'm being more comfortable, where I'm being more confident, with that comes us stepping into this space and place where we set more boundaries
Yeah.
on what is appropriate and what is acceptable. One, that's going to help you protect your peace. That's going to help you stand more comfortably and confidently in the boldness and beauty of who you
Yeah.
are. And that's going to make it easier for you to get to a place where um, you feel good about you, where you
Mm-hmm.
are allowing other people's feelings and emotions to dictate how you move and behave when it comes to your hair, and where you aren't allowing other people's feelings or opinions to dictate how you actually
Yeah.
feel about your natural hair. And so I would say that that is also very important, that when we are building that confidence, that we create that space of peace by putting
Absolutely.
boundaries in place to make sure that we aren't allowing other people's feelings and emotions to dictate. Because for some of us, other people's feelings and emotions have dictated to this point whether or not we went natural, whether or not we felt
Mm-hmm.
good about our hair, whether or not we accepted the hair that was coming out of our
Yep.
head. And so we have to put boundaries in place and decide when is enough enough. Decide what am I going to allow to dictate my natural journey? What am I going to allow to set the standard for what beautiful natural hair is? And when we come to a place where we realize that I'm not going to let opinions dictate it, I'm going to rely on facts. I'm going to rely on the intimate knowledge that I have about my hair and
Mm-hmm.
its unique characteristics to set the tone for how I proceed on this journey. It is very, 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 very freeing. And I will say, when you were talking about just make sure you look presentable, the first time I went,
To you. Caveat. To
yeah, to
you.
you. The first time I went live, or did anything for social media without makeup, it was very freeing. And I was like, oh, I can do this. And they'll still appreciate the information that I'm sharing. And
Yep.
sometimes they wanted to watch it more. So I was like, oh, I can do this. The first time I released the unrealistic expectation that everything always had to be perfect, it made it so much easier for me to get into this
Yep.
space, to get into this place, and to share what I have to offer to people uninhibited or
Mm-hmm.
unprohibited, so that I could give them the best of me without worrying about that limitation that I have put on myself. So I would definitely
Yeah.
encourage girlfriends to release the expectations, to release the limitations, to release all of the things that are keeping you from stepping boldly and confidently into the space, and on your natural journey or in life, right? Release
Mm-hmm.
all of that so that you can get to a place where you enjoy your natural hair journey, where you have a love relationship with your natural hair, and where natural hair becomes ultimately easier.
You
And
know
so
what else is
okay.
freeing? I know you have a question. What else is freeing, what I stopped doing a long time ago is when I got my hair done, when I get my hair done, I stopped expecting any compliments on my style.
Oh,
Like I
okay.
don't expect for people to say, "Oh, I like that style." If you do, you do great. But if you realize subconsciously, when we get our hair done, we
We
expect for somebody
expect
to be like, "Ooh, girl, that style looks good on you." Be it a significant other, be it a family member, your friends, you expect to get compliments. So a long time ago, I just stopped that. I'm like, if I decided to get my hair done this way, that's the only opinion that matters. And that
Right.
also allows me to walk confidently in whatever hairstyle I choose for myself at the time.
Now, that's not to say if the stylist doesn't do a good job, you can't say anything, but it is, but it is to
And my
say
stylist has
that,
been the same forever. She's great. So I don't think we have never had
right.
that issue. But she's also a perfectionist in her own right. So
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna walk away feeling like that. And I have to shout her out because I actually have on a shirt, if you can see it,
Yes.
Flow. That is her hair oil, which has been amazing for me. But it's Flow, so she's Flow Hair on Instagram. But she has an amazing hair oil that has helped with like my hair growth and health. So I just happened to have her shirt on the day. I just thought about it like, oh, let me show her out real quick. So she has been styling my hair forever.
Well, shout out to Flo. And then I would say, girlfriends, the message in what she was saying is we have to set the standard where we are okay with what we decide, where we are okay with what we choose, where we are okay with the decisions that we make when it comes to all aspects of our life, but particularly our hair. And so when we choose a style, if we want to be natural, when we choose a style, if we are selecting a particular style during our styling session that day, stand firm in the fact that you don't need validation from someone else that was a good idea by them telling you, oh, your hair looks beautiful. If someone sees it and they love it, amazing. If they see it and they don't have anything to say about it, hey,
Yes.
I love my hair the way it is. And so I think that is very freeing in and of itself, because then we are no longer like fishing
So
for
freeing.
compliments,
Mm,
or trying to figure out like, was this really a good move based off of what other people say? Because who's to say that their opinion is right? Who's to say that their opinion is valid? Who's to say that their opinion is going to change? It's not going to change the way the hair looks at all. So free yourself from needing to be validated by the compliments. We all love compliments. I appreciate compliments. But
for sure.
before I get a compliment from anybody else, I will give myself a compliment, because when baby looks good, baby looks good. So
Okay.
so I make sure that I praise myself first. That way I'm not waiting on somebody else or letting the way I feel about myself, my hair, my appearance, or
Yes.
anything be dictated by what
By
somebody
anyone
else has to say
else.
about it.
No,
And it helps, because then you can also set a standard there about what you are willing to accept, and you won't be so needy, so to speak, for other people's validations, and then the opinions don't matter, and then the other things don't
absolutely.
matter, and then you can walk freely in your natural experience without it being something that makes you feel a certain kind of way. So yes, definitely, 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 thank you for that tip and for pointing that out. And then it is it makes things easier. It makes you feel better about yourself and your hair
It's
when
so
you don't have
lighter.
to.
Makes you feel so
Yeah,
lighter.
so lighter when you don't have to worry about, oh, is so and so gonna like this, or is so and so gonna approve, or is anybody going to compliment my hair? No, I like it. That's why I
That's
picked
it.
it. So that's what I'm going with. So no, that is super dope advice. A very good reminder of a way to stand firmly in our own um, appreciation and love of our hair,
For sure.
appreciation and love of what we're doing for our hair, and then how to embrace our natural journey. So, question: as we are boldly stepping into this place of being natural and beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and stepping into workplaces saying what you see is what you
Mm-hmm.
get. You're gonna get all these brains, you're gonna get all this brilliance, and you're gonna get all this natural hair. You're gonna get all this high blonde. You're gonna get all of everything
Mm-hmm.
that comes along with me being myself. When there were situations, and you probably don't have any, what advice would you have for a girlfriend who is in a setting where they have committed to step boldly into that place, and it kind of backfires?
Mm.
And even though they praise themselves, they set their boundaries, they have all of these things in line, it kind of backfires on them. And so they are not feeling like, dang, was this the move? Should I have done this? How do you navigate those? Even though you stepped in boldly and confidently, you were kind of met with more resistance, or you were just disappointed at the outcomes in general. How do you navigate those kind of things?
I would say in some settings, it's not going to happen the first try.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but you really do have to stand like 10 toes down
Mm-hmm.
in your position and just know that for some people, it may take time because what you're actually trying to get them to get on board with is to look beyond all of that and see you for what value you bring. And so that's you want to keep doing that. You want to keep, it may be for in that situation, it may be like, okay, we're going to have to take a different approach. We're going
Mm-hmm.
to have to ease them into this. Um, this crystal
Mm-hmm.
would not ease anybody into it. I would just be like, oh, okay, well, this means I need to take it up a notch. But recognizing that everybody's situation is different, I would say sometimes it's like, okay, then I'm gonna have to ease you into this, but continue to give the same value because that's really what you're trying to get them to say or see. You're trying to get them to see it's not about what you see. It's not about this. It's about everything that I'm giving you, all the value that I'm giving you, everything that I bring to the table. And so you have to get them to see that your hair doesn't change that aspect. And so you have to keep going. You have to keep at it in a respectful way, but also
Mm-hmm.
they need to respect you in the fact that like these are your life choices. This is who you are. Um, yeah, that's honestly what I would say. Like I said, I would buck the system a little bit more, but recognizing that not everybody can do that, it's the attorney in me,
Yes.
like so why? So I'm actually gonna come to you with a list of questions. We're gonna actually so what's the problem here? Let's get to the root of this. But recognizing that everybody can't do that, just kind of keep at it, keep at it. You may not get it on the first try. You may be disappointed, and you're really disappointed in that person for the fact
Mm-hmm.
that they're not seeing you and they don't want you. They're not trying to see you and let you be heard and let you be you. So that's the disappointment, right? That
Mm-hmm.
they're not receiving the authentic you. And people are people, and that may
People.
happen. And so you got to keep pushing past that. Me and there are only 2% of attorneys are African American women.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a very male dominated, very white dominated field, and just continuing to show up and being who I am professionally has over time caused many people just to look past everything else.
So be yourself, girlfriends.
Consistently, you have to be
Consistent.
consistent. You have to keep at it. Don't be deterred.
Don't be deterred. Be yourself consistently and don't be deterred. So, are there any affirmations or mindset shifts that
Ooh.
you carry along with you that help you get to this place where you can step boldly into different spaces and places and be confident that your hair is enough,
I'm laughing
that you are?
because I'm the person that's in the mirror like, yes, sis. Like, okay, you cute. All right, I see you. Whatever it may be. I'm also the person that when I'm feeling my best, I'm going to throw on my red lip. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna, just appreciate. I might take a selfie. You may never see the selfie, but I'm just gonna love on myself. Tell myself you're beautiful. You look cute. Um, you are enough. This morning I could have put on makeup before this, but I was like, nope. I like you're still cute. That the hair's popping, and so I'm always just gonna give myself love on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever's telling myself you're beautiful, you're cute, you fine, whatever your words are, just talk to yourself. So when I'm getting dressed, I'm in the mirror. It might be a little dance. It might be like, okay, I see you, or whatever. That's just me. I hype myself up. I'm always going to hype myself up. Um, and that's just what I do.
All right, girlfriend. So make sure you hype yourself up. I know we got the girlfriends and the boyfriends and the family that will hype us up, but I think we have to be our biggest hype man. That's the message that I'm getting from this. And then once we are confident
Ooh.
in who we are, then we can be more confident in the way we display ourselves to the world, the way we display
Mhm.
ourselves in a professional setting, the way we display ourselves if we are entrepreneurs and are trying to get our own clients.
no longer under the protection of a corporate umbrella, or have that safety net of like a consistent job. And so I would say, regardless of the setting, be yourself, hype yourself up,
Dr.
understand your.
Crystal,
Mhm.
we have I don't want to cut you off.
No,
We
you're
have a very
good.
good question.
What's the
And
question?
it says, would challenging a coworker's tattoos be a good way to address my hair discrimination? I love this question. And I would say, nope, keep the focus on you. They didn't hire you to advocate for them, against them, or whatever. I would keep the focus on you and the fact that this is your choice, your freedom of expression. It's, you know, unless you're working in an environment, and that would more so be like a covering up of your hair, right? Unless you're working in an environment where, for safety reasons, you need to cover your hair. Or I know, like in for first responders, they can't wear beards because of like the mask and the things that they have, things like that. If it's not that type of situation, you're in a professional environment, that is your prerogative, your right to come in here as yourself. So I wouldn't focus on anyone else. I would keep the focus on you and, make it a point, like, you can come up with other examples. You can look at other people. I mean, when you look at look at Isaac Newton. Like, I try to pick like one of the most random, like Isaac Newton's hair was all over the place. It was disheveled. It was how he wanted it to be, right? You had people who literally have done some incredible and amazing things, and their hair was never a factor. They kept going. Michelle Obama just put out her new book not that long ago, and I went to one of her lives, and she even said when she was um, first lady, she literally felt anxiety and she felt bad and didn't want to have braids.
Mm-hmm.
Now she's wearing braids left and right, but then in hindsight, she realized, like, hey, I was kind of subscribing to a
Mm-hmm.
certain school of thought about myself. So reminding yourself and continuing to push to others that, hey, it's not about my hair. It's really not about my hair. It's really not about what my hair represents. At the end of the day, it's about what I'm bringing to the table and continuing to find ways, I think, to push that without like singling out anybody else. Because the fact of the matter is, some tattoos can be covered up, right? But you don't want it to be pointing out someone what's going on with someone else. You don't want it to end up being, well, both of y'all cover everything up. You want it really to be about ultimately you being respected for wearing your hair the way that you want to. But that was a very great question.
That is a very good question. And then I would say that soon, prayerfully, hopefully, that won't even be a consideration or concern anymore, because
Yeah.
I don't know how many people follow the Crown Act, but they are working to make hair discrimination illegal in
Yep.
all 50 states. Now, it hasn't
Mm-hmm.
passed in some and it has passed in others. But one, that we have to put
That's real good,
this thing into
Roxanne.
law
Mm-hmm.
is crazy, that we have to put it into law in the first place, but that someone could judge you on something that comes naturally out of your
Mm-hmm.
head. Well, we already know that people judge
And
us
they
on other
will.
things as well,
Yeah,
and they
and they
will.
will. And
Um,
it's just another, it will be another level of discrimination. So I
right.
think that's a really good point with the Crown Act. And I just think that what will end up happening is there'll be people who still do it. Um,
Sure.
but it's the repercussions that they get after that. And it's
Yes.
always tough too if you work for a private sector and not public sector. They're usually more the organizations, the companies that buck the system all the time,
Hmm.
regardless of what laws are in act. But it's sad that we have to even get to the point to put something in place such as the Crown Act because people discriminate against that. I think Roxanne makes a lot of good points
She
too.
does.
Like I said, I'm the person that's going to sit down and ask questions. Let's talk about this. What really is the problem? Let's get to the root of it.
And no, that's good, because sometimes we do need to make sure that we are better understanding. Hey, what is really going on? Or maybe we need to shine some light on what you thought this is not it. So let me steer you on that right path. I'm going to ask you these questions because I want you to really look at what is going on and what it is that you're doing so you can fall back and let me be me and let me do this good work and let you get the benefits of this good work and let us all go on and enjoy ourselves at this good workplace.
Go
So
have a
it is
good day.
definitely something to consider. What'd you say?
Oh, thank you so much for the love. I said they need to go have a good day.
Yes, they definitely do. So go have a good day. So, what are some key things, some key confidence boosters that Attorney Crystal uses on a routine basis? We know you like to hype yourself up. You know you
Ooh.
tell that girl she look good. What are some things that keep you in that space? Some things that you do for you that keep you in that space of where you
Mm-hmm.
feel your best and bring your best to other people.
First, I wake up every day and have my time with the Lord. I can't start my day without communing with the Lord. So I meditate with Him, read the Bible, just really get my mind together and right for the day. So I always start off my day like that. And then, like I said, when I'm getting dressed, I will, talk to myself, have words of affirmation, and positivity for whatever that day is. And my go-to is a good playlist. Now, that could be anything from Shekinah Glory, DJ Patton, to trap music. Love me some Rick Ross. Um, I'm gonna a good like I have some good like little playlists. I have like a little vibe playlist. I have my Be Bossy playlist. That's my other business. I actually have a playlist for my law firm, like that, just like my get me hype music. So that is me. Like I am very like a mood setting person, like talking to myself, praying, talking to the Lord, listening to a good little playlist. That's what's going to get me hype up. And I also celebrate my little wins. This year for me, I tried to be more intentional about that. So I might get an email. It might be something real little. It could be like, oh, I got a new client. That's still exciting because I'm
Mm-hmm.
excited about it. It's something that happens, daily or on a routine basis. But I still am like, go girl, you did that. You that girl. Like I still hype myself up.
That's
So
a big win if you ask me. When you're an entrepreneur and you paying your own bills and
yes,
relying on somebody and relying on your own income to be your check. When you get a new client, we gonna celebrate
yes.
all of it. We gonna dance for that one.
You're
Because
excited. You're
that
excited.
definitely makes a
Mm-hmm.
huge difference in it, and it definitely matters.
Yes.
Um, but girlfriends, I hope, like, we're laughing, we're having a good time. That's part of who we are. But I hope that the messages that you are receiving from us in this moment is that you are enough. When you are natural, your hair is enough. That you can't let anyone else dictate what that enough is. You have to define it for yourself. You have to stand firm in it yourself, and you have to set the standard and the boundaries that are going to protect your peace while you are on this natural journey. Now,
Yes.
always err on the side of what is factual and what is right, but don't let other people's opinions about your hair, other people's opinions about what may or may not be professional, other people's opinions about what is and isn't acceptable. Don't let that dictate your natural journey. Don't let that dictate how you enter different spaces and places. And don't let that dictate what you think is beautiful, because
Right.
all natural hair is beautiful. Some of it needs more love than others, but when we get to a place where we can consistently love, understand, and intentionally care for our hair, our natural journeys become easy. So, what are three things that you would want to leave our girlfriends with
Ooh.
today as they move forward on this natural journey?
Okay. This is easy. So one, be unapologetic. Two, focus on finding ways to love the hair that you have.
Mm-hmm.
And not looking to, it's okay to set goals with anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
But be realistic about those goals. If you know that your hair, like shrinkage is real for
Mm-hmm.
me. Um, Dr. Crystal, I think we have like similar hair, super curly, right? So for me to be like, oh, I want broad strap length hair by the end of the year, that I'm setting myself up for that. My hair may grow, it may be healthy. So focus on that. Focus on loving the loving part of what the hair that you have and for it being healthy. And the third one, Dr. Crystal did not pay me to say this. I promise she didn't. But she has some amazing offers. And I definitely think that you need to get with her. as soon as the weather breaks, I'm coming to her myself because I want to really get back into my curl pattern during my wash and goes. I have been out of practice for that for a while, but I've been trying to give my hair a break as much as possible this year. I have some traveling going on. It's the summertime, but when the fall comes, I'm coming for Dr. Crystal because I know she has some amazing offers. And like I said, she has already like allowed me to ask her questions about certain things and certain products. So I'm excited to work with her in the future. I know she has a few amazing things that she does, and she really is really good. And Dr. Crystal, for real, like seriously, like watching your videos, it makes it so relatable. Especially because, like I say, I think we have very similar hair, but it makes it relatable. So when I see you do your wash and goes, I'm like, I can do it. I can do it. Like because I have to have time. Like I know if my hair was short, I was wash and go all day. But with it having more length on it, it just takes a little bit more TLC, and a little bit more intention and time. And so I'm coming for you. And I suggest that you all, whatever she has, I'm telling you, get it. And I've seen the results on some people that we mutually know, and I'm like, sis knows what she's talking about.
Thank you. I definitely appreciate that. And yes, girlfriends, I absolutely do. But if you are trying to figure out how you can work with me, what are these things that Attorney Crystal is talking about? I have a book that I have written called It Can All Be So Simple, which literally gives you a step-by-step guide. If you can't hop on a plane and come to me, if you are not in this area, it is a step-by-step guide that gives you everything you need to intentionally and successfully navigate your natural hair journey. It is like sitting down beside me and I'm walking through all of the steps, teaching you everything you need to know to ultimately make natural hair care easy. You can always go to the link in my bio and get a copy of the book. You can also schedule a consult with me. We can always talk. This pandemic has shown us that we can do a lot of things online and over the phone, and I can help you in the same way as I will be able to help the person that is sitting right in front of me over the phone. So you can schedule a consult, you can schedule an actual service where I teach you the things you need to know about your hair. You can do all of that. Just head to Bolds Culture Beauty or boldsculture.com and follow the link in my bio. And real soon, girlfriends, because I know some of you struggle with selecting products. Y'all, I took this pharmacist's mind. I broke down the ingredients that are in your products, and I created a guide that will help you be more intentional when it comes to selecting products, to know what to look for when it comes to choosing the right products, to be able to tell if a product is good or not off bat, and then also to be able to look at your hair, understand your hair, and then make an intentional plan about what products to select based off of your hair and its needs. Yeah, so that is coming really soon, girlfriends. But in the meantime, head over to boldsculture.com or follow the link in my bio. Grab you that good book or set up a consult, and we can definitely talk about ways that you can make natural hair care easy. That's my name, Dr. Crystal. Attorney Crystal.
We do that. It's too many. It's a lot of crystal going on here.
It definitely is. Thank you so much for those very kind words. I'm looking forward to you pulling up on me because I would love, love, love to work with you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your vacation to do this with me. I really, truly appreciate it. It has been an honor to share this live with you, to talk with you. And girlfriends, hopefully we have given you some things that make your journey a little bit lighter, make your journey a little bit easier, allow you to stick that chest out, hold them shoulders back, and put that chin up when you step into a room with your natural hair. Because girlfriend, you are beautiful. Your natural hair is beautiful, and your natural hair is enough. I appreciate each and every one that joined me this morning. I appreciate you, Attorney Crystal, for pulling up on me. Thank you so much for sharing your vacation time with me. And girlfriends, until next week, go boldly.
Bye.